and we'd pick apples. We'd take them and make pies, then go out into the village.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
But sometimes something small, something sweet even, can make you believe that there's more to being alive than mere subsistence.
Rachel Zegler's journey began far from the red carpets of Hollywood. Born in Hackensack, New Jersey, on May 3rd, 2001, to a Colombian father and a Polish-American mother, Rachel and Zegler was raised in a middle-class suburban household in Clifton. Her upbringing wasn't luxurious. It was real, grounded, and full of love. She was just another girl with a dream.
Oh, wow. That was a clip from Disney's all-new live-action remake of Snow White.
Yes, and we're counting down to the release of the musical classic set to debut tomorrow. And our next guest has transformed into the iconic character. Please help us welcome to the studio actress Rachel Zegler, everybody.
But even as a child, her voice stood out. She sang in the school choir, starred in local musicals, and posted videos of herself covering pop and Broadway songs on YouTube. One of those covers of Shallow from A Star Is Born would eventually go viral, planting her name in the minds of early followers. But that was just a whisper of what was to come. While others were applying to colleges, Rachel was submitting an audition tape for West Side Story. The open casting call by none other than Steven Spielberg was a long shot for anyone, let alone a high school senior. But Rachel defied the odds. Out of more than 30,000 applicants, she was chosen to play Maria, the lead role in a film that would go on to redefine her life. And she didn't just play the role, she embodied it. Her performance was raw, powerful, deeply emotional, and shockingly mature for someone making her film debut.
That was some great acting right there.
Thank you very much. It was my first day on set, actually.
Oh, sweet,
yeah,
sweet.
20-year-old
Congratulations.
Rachel. Thank you.
Congratulations on the role.
Thank you
So
much.
how does it feel to join this elite group of Disney princesses? Can you believe it?
No, not at all. It's unbelievable. I mean, I look at that girl and I have no idea what I'm looking at. It's really quite wonderful to be a part of the Disney family and obviously to join the league of so many wonderful.
Critics hailed her as a revelation. She won a Golden Globe Award at the age of 20, a feat unheard of for a debut actress. Hollywood took notice, and so did Disney. In what seemed like a dream come true, Rachel Zegler was cast as the first ever Latina Snow White in Disney's live-action remake. The announcement was met with applause from progressive fans and harsh criticism from traditionalists. But that was only the beginning. The fairy tale turns dark Rachel was stepping into a legacy, Snow White, the original Disney princess, whose 1937 animated film started the Disney empire. This was not just another remake. This was the remake. At first, Rachel approached it with excitement, but over time, her tone changed. In interviews, she began to speak candidly about the original film, calling it
Wonderful live-action princesses, but also so many that have been depicted in animation as well. This is the flagship animation that made Disney what it is, and to be a part of that is such an honor.
Yeah, she is the OG princess.
She is.
Weird, outdated, and not empowering. She rejected the notion of a prince saving a damsel in distress. Instead, she said this new Snow White would be the leader her people need. These were comments meant to promote a fresh, feminist interpretation of the classic tale. But the internet doesn't always embrace nuance. Clips of her interviews were clipped, cropped, and circulated with rage-bait headlines. Outrage poured in, much of it from people who hadn't followed her career, and some who didn't even know who she was. Social media labeled her everything from ungrateful to arrogant. Others went further, accusing her of ruining childhoods or destroying Disney's legacy. And suddenly, Rachel Zegler wasn't the rising star anymore. She was the villain in a culture war she never asked to join. A digital witch hunt the internet moved fast.
There's been so much buzz about this and about you. What's it like hearing people say all these really nice things?
It's very validating. A lot of hard work has gone into this film, but so much love, truly, speaking for myself and also for the filmmakers behind it, just so much love for the storytelling and for bringing something that means so much to so many people and bringing it to the modern age is really so special.
Too fast. Overnight, Rachel became the centerpiece of an online narrative that painted her as everything wrong with modern Hollywood. She became the poster child for woke gone wrong. YouTubers cashed in, making video after video mocking her. Comment sections filled with personal attacks. Every new clip of Rachel was twisted, taken out of context, and thrown into the outrage machine. And all this over words, opinions, thoughts she expressed in passing. People forgot that she was 22.
I have to say, you're booked and busy. It's not just this, but this upcoming summer, you're getting ready to play Evita on the Revival on the West End. How are you preparing for that?
Oh my God, I feel like I've been preparing for it since the womb. I mean, that score has kind of just been a part of my life for forever. And
that she wasn't running the studio, that she didn't write the script. She was an actor hired to bring a director's vision to life, yet she became the scapegoat for all of it. While Disney quietly moved back the film's release and res hot scenes, Rachel was left to face the noise, mostly alone. And still, she didn't fold. No apology tour, no breakdown, no dramatic Instagram post. She just kept moving forward. Double standards in Hollywood. What happened to Rachel Zegler isn't rare, but it is revealing. Hollywood has always had a strange relationship with women who speak their minds. Men can storm off sets, insult fans, or get arrested, and still headline blockbusters. But women, especially young women of color, they get one chance.
to get to do that as an actor, but then also to bring it to the stage in a musical is wonderful for me because that's where I fell in love with what I do for a living. So to get to go back to the stage in London where I made this beautiful film.
And if they say the wrong thing, or say the right thing in the wrong tone, it's over. Rachel's fall from public grace was never about her performance. It was about her voice, the very thing that made her famous. When she sang, people listened. When she spoke, people got angry. Why? Because she didn't smile through it. Because she didn't know her place. Because she didn't behave like a princess. Hollywood loves its Snow Whites quiet, soft, and obedient. But Rachel gave them something else. Something real. Something powerful. Something honest. And for that, she paid a price. The human behind the headlines. Imagine being 22, fresh into your career, and seeing your face trending. Not for your work, but for hate. Imagine opening your phone and seeing strangers dissect your interviews, mock your expressions, call for your career to end. That's not criticism. That's cruelty. And Rachel, like any human, felt it. Though she remained professional in public, close sources say the backlash took a toll. She pulled back from Twitter. She became more guarded in interviews. The light in her eyes, once wide and full of excitement, dimmed just a bit. But there's strength in silence, too. And Rachel wasn't giving up. She doubled down on her craft. Took on a major role in the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Gave a heartfelt performance that reminded audiences of what she was truly made of. Talent, passion, fire. Her voice, the same one they tried to drown, rose again. A new chapter, a new voice. The question now isn't whether Rachel Zegler will survive Hollywood. She already has. The question is, what will she become? She is no longer the girl behind the viral cover. No longer the debutante of Spielberg's masterpiece. No longer the wide-eyed Snow White in Disney's carefully painted castle. She is something more. A woman who has been tested. A voice that has been tempered. A star who understands that fame is not a fairy tale. It's a battlefield. She now knows how quickly the industry turns. How fragile public opinion is. How the same voices that cheer you on can tear you down in a day. And yet, here she stands, still singing, still acting, still dreaming. That takes courage. The bigger story, Rachel Zegler's story, is not just about one actress and one film. It's about all of us. It's about the pressure we place on young people in the spotlight. It's about how we reward women for being agreeable and punish them for being real. It's about a digital culture that thrives on takedowns. And it's about the contradiction of a world that demands perfection from imperfect people. In the end, Rachel Zegler is a mirror. She reflects the beauty and brutality of fame in the age of the internet. She reminds us that truth has a cost, but silence costs more. And she shows us that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just keep showing up. She may not be your perfect princess, but she might be the heroine this industry actually needs.